But first tonight, it took a Suffolk County jury 7 hours to find Michael Valva guilty on all charges Friday. We're now learning that the jury was initially split on the top count of murder in the second degree for the ex-NYPD officer. News 12's crime reporter Krista McNally sat down with juror number 11 today and found out what it was like in that deliberation room. Good evening, Krista.
Good evening. That's right. Right now, we are standing outside what has been called the House of Horrors. This is where Michael Valva and Angela Polina lived with their blended family of 6 children. 2 of Michael's children, Thomas and Anthony, both with autism, suffered both emotional and physical abuse within the walls of this home and were forced to sleep in that unheated garage for months, leading up to Thomas's death, where he died of hypothermia on January 17th, 2020. Michael Valva has been found guilty of second-degree murder for the death of his child. And today we spoke with a juror who had a front row seat to the disturbing details as they were revealed in court.
Just hearing the details about, how the kids were being treated and just the mishandling of them and, eating out of garbage cans and it was tough. It was really hard.
Thaddeus Brewer was juror number 11 amongst a jury of 8 women and 4 men. After the 5-week trial, they were given the case on Friday. The top charge was murder in the second degree, but the jury could also consider manslaughter in the second degree and criminally negligent homicide.
The vote came back and we were split.
Split on the depraved indifference aspect of the top charge in the first vote they took. The defense argued in this case that while Michael was not a good father, he did love his child and in the end tried to save him. Ultimately, though, Brewer and the other jurors sided with the prosecution and found that Valva showed utter disregard for his son's life.
It's just the fact that he didn't care whether his son lived or died. That was, hearing the video again and seeing that, we knew immediately that it was going to be second-degree murder.
Murder in the second degree. Not guilty or guilty? Guilty.
Much of the testimony was difficult to hear, Brewer says, but for him, the hardest was hearing from the plumber who was doing work in the Valva Polina home.
You could see he was upset. And, the way he described that Angela, she said, "This is the way I take care of effing business." She walks up, grabs him, grabs the little boy, and throws him down 2 flights of stairs, while the father just sat there and did nothing.
Teachers and the principal from the East Moriches Elementary School also testified about what they observed in the classroom, which included the 2 boys coming in bruised, cold, and starving all the time. Now, Valva will be sentenced on December 8th. He faces up to 25 years to life in prison. Polina is also facing second-degree murder and child endangerment charges. Her trial date has not been set at this time. That's the latest from Center Moriches. Krista McNally, News 12, Long Island.